Wow, the most transformational trends in digital government today is a really wide topic, but probably data and AI is a really big topic that we're seeing across many government agencies, both state and federal. Plus also the hybrid working is a really interesting one as well, right? So we're seeing organisations, obviously post-COVID, some coming back to the office and not coming back to the office, so having to operate in this hybrid manner and actually having the digital government from the inside actually being able to support their staff is really important. Plus also, automation is starting to become a key thing because of the being able to actually get skilled people is a really difficult problem for government, for every organisation at the moment. So automation is a key thing in there as well. Plus also probably being able to get a faster time to value. So that's that low code, no code space and getting that out. Obviously cloud is a big one there as well. A lot of drive out to cloud as well at the same time. So there's just a lot of things happening across government in general. So what are some of the challenges that government's facing when they're trying to digitise across the spectrum? Probably the biggest one because of Fortress Australia is probably getting their hands on skilled people to actually do work. That's a massive problem for everyone. It's not just government, it's everyone in general. So actually retaining people. So the Great Resignation is a key issue for a lot of organisations, and it's next year we're hearing that it's going to be in March. It's going to be probably the crunch time. But there's certainly being able to attract and retain people, but also being able to skill up your existing workforce as well. A lot of public servants are very busy and they're busy just getting the job done and providing outcomes for the government at the time. And what we're seeing is that they just don't get the time to actually stop and skill themselves in cloud technology. So that's a real problem. And they've got to stay on top of it because cloud technologies change all the time. They've got to stay on top of that curve or in front of that curve to stay in front. We're releasing every day at Microsoft, we're releasing thousands of new features into our clouds. We have a day a month of at least on training that we have that's set aside. Whereas in government, when I was in government, I spent quite a lot of time in government, we didn't have the luxury of that time to actually stop down tools and learn. So that's a really key thing, a really key problem, and that will slow things down as well. Just having the pace and being able to keep in front of that curve is really important. So yeah, retaining people, attracting people, and then keeping them in front of that curve is probably the key thing I'm seeing is the biggest challenge at this point in time. What characterises a successful digital government? Look, the Intermedium survey and study that's been done every year and shows New South Wales government as being, I think it was 9.6 out of 10, leading pretty much every single government. I think federal's right behind them, but it is there's a pretty big gap between there and other governments in Australia. Success, the hallmark of success in government is having New South Wales is really lucky. We've got a committed Minister Dominello who's actually out the front leading the charge. You've got a digital restart fund. South Australia's got something similar, but the quantity of funds that are available in that to actually kickstart and a proper process around it behind it as well is actually driving how, certainly you can see it in New South Wales government is leading that charge, and they're starting to break away from the other states and territories and federally as well. Federal is definitely catching up. So I just look at that as a hallmark, and I work across state and federal, and you just see New South Wales is right up there in what they're doing. Other states are looking at New South Wales and what they're doing. So it is having the right processes, having the right people, having the right leadership, driving policy that actually gives great outcomes for the state in that digital realm as well. I think there's lots of things, once again, but there's probably some of the key things that I'd say. It's been great. And last year I came, and I think there was all of about 20 people here, and we were sort of stuck in that room next door, and it was fun, but it was great to catch up with people because I used to work in government, as I said. It was great to catch up with people and network with people I used to work with in government themselves. This year's been awesome because there's a lot more people. Great to have some face-to-face. For me, networking, catching up with old colleagues, and just understanding some of the problems that our customers are facing, and also some of our partners who are here today as well. Microsoft partners are in, just understanding their technology and how they can solve some of those problems as well. So it's been a great event. Love it. It's fantastic. Let's do more of it.
Yay!
Is that it?
Yes.
Cool.
So